Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Midnight Run, and this movie is directed by Martin Brest and stars Robert De Niro. It's from the same director from Beverly Hills Cop, and that movie is pretty good if you ask me. I think that's a very well-made movie, and it has a good understanding of what it wants to be, and Eddie Murphy carries the movie for me, and he's really fun to watch, and the directions that the plot goes down is interesting for me. Where in this movie, Robert De Niro does a great job, and he was enjoyable to watch, and yeah, that was the best part of the movie. And there were some kind of fun moments for me, and that's about all of my positives. I didn't hate this movie, it's just that it was very bland, and it was just a road trip movie. And I would have skipped this movie if I had known that this was going to be a road trip movie, because I'm not really into those. I really enjoyed Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's a really good movie. And I really like the cartoonish tone in that movie, where in this movie, it's taking itself more seriously, and there's comedic moments, but I'm just not into the story and all these different plot lines going around, and it's just not for me. And I was just waiting for something interesting to happen after the first half hour of the movie, and I was just not into it at all, because it was just exactly what I thought it would be, and things happened, I didn't care, and I didn't really find the characters to be interesting. I didn't find the antagonists of the film to be intimidating. I didn't care if our main character succeeded in what he was trying to do, and I didn't care for the music. I just didn't feel as though it added anything to the movie. The car chases were kind of fun, and you can tell that there are real people doing these stunts, and that was cool, but everything else is just not there for me. This is yet another film that just does not stick with me very well, and I find it to be kind of forgettable, and because of that, I can't really say too much, because as I'm talking about it, I'm starting to forget about it. And while this movie isn't the worst thing in the world, there are worse movies than this film for sure. There are films that I find to be infinitely more irritating to sit through. Unfortunately, where this movie both simultaneously thrives and fails for me is the simplicity of it. At points it's nice and simple, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm looking for something else, something to keep me chewing and keep me interested, and I wanted something, and none of that was in this movie. This movie is also too long. It does not need to be 2 hours. It could have easily been an hour and a half, and you would lose nothing. And I really didn't care about Robert De Niro and the guy he's bringing in. I forget his name. Their relationship, it just felt thrown in and forced to me, and I didn't care for that. And it kind of felt really stupid that he would be listening to a criminal. Really. And to be honest, the only reason I checked out this movie was because it was on Netflix, and it just looked like it was something that I could possibly enjoy. And I know that there are some people that like this movie that I know, and sorry to say that I did not enjoy this movie, sadly. There were some parts that I liked. I kind of liked the first half hour of the movie. It was kind of fun. But after that point, it just becomes very repetitive for me. It's the same thing over and over again. And it just feels stretched out. And the villains of the movie do not need to be there. The mob doesn't need to be there. The FBI didn't need to be there. Could have cut all that out. Could have had a nice, short 80-minute movie. And you would have a laugh, maybe a cry, but that's it. And I think I would have been more entertained by that movie as opposed to what we actually got. So, personally, I'm never going to watch this movie again. So, if you like it, then I'm glad that you like it. And if you haven't seen this movie, personally, I would say no. But if you're curious, then I guess check it out. Like, I'm always split as to whether or not I would recommend a movie that I think is fine. Because, like, it's not like I think you'll have a bad experience while watching this movie. I just don't think you're going to get anything out of it. Because there are so many other movies that are like this, and because of that, it kind of just blends into, like, the same thing, and they don't really do anything special. And even the ones that do stand out, like, personally, they're not, like, my favorite movies ever. And I'm talking about road trip movies in particular. They're just not my thing, with the exception of, like, a few. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Little Miss Sunshine. Those movies I like, and those are just off the top of my head. But the rest of them, the ones that I'm thinking of right now, I can live without. So that's where I stand on this movie. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Midnight Run a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Midnight Run, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Money Pit. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.